Big night tonight. It's been a lot of big nights. Gators. We're all Gators here. I remember, hey Jenna, I remember state championship, big night. 10 years old, I was down on the field in Austin Stadium. 80s, we lived in the Astrodome. I think we played 6 playoff games in the Astrodome. The last 5 years have been probably the best years of Gator football. The GATA started about 50 years ago. I don't know if you guys are paying a lot of attention in your history classes, but in the 1960s, something really big happened in Dickinson. There were, who knows, there were two high schools in Dickinson before. Dickinson High School, of course, and Dunbar Middle School now, right? But of course, Dunbar was the black school, Dickinson was the white school. There were only like 3 high schools in Galveston County that were black schools. So kids would be driven into that Dunbar. Well, in the 60s, they all integrated, just like all the schools in the nation, and they all became Dickinson High School. And there was this little boy named Donnie, who was 8 years old at the time when they integrated. And he was a good athlete. The little kid, he had a bunch of older brothers. And all those older brothers were bigger than him, faster than him, and everything like that. One of them was an all-state wide receiver. And he played baseball, basketball, and football with all those kids and got beat up a lot by them. But eventually, he started catching them, passing them. But he liked baseball and basketball. Didn't like football that much. When he was a sophomore in high school at Dickinson, he didn't play football. He was out there playing basketball. One of the reasons why he didn't play football is because they wouldn't let him play the position he wanted. He knew he couldn't be quarterback, which is what he wanted to play. Also, the team lost every game that year, 1976, his sophomore year. So he was in basketball practice one day in the old traditional gym. I think that's what it's called now in the high school. And in comes this big white guy who says, "I'm the new football coach, the new athletic director, and you basketball boys can't play basketball this year unless you pass my fitness test." And so he took them through this fitness test, tried to kill them basically, see who would survive this fitness test. And at the end of the fitness test, he came up to little Donnie and said, "Donnie, I can tell you're a leader, and I can tell you're a good athlete, so I want you to play football." And Donnie said, "I'm not going to play football because they won't let me play quarterback. You know that." And this guy, Teddy Gray with his name, he said, "I don't care if you're purple, yellow, green, or whatever. If you're the best quarterback, you're going to play quarterback." So Donnie went and started playing football. He brought almost the entire basketball team with him too. In the first game, they didn't know if they were going to win any good. They had gone 0-10 last year. They won the first game. They won the second game of the following year. They won the third game. They kept winning. And every game, Donnie would look up into the stands and look for his parents. And he could find his parents really easy back then, because you had the black section and you had the white section. So he'd go straight to the black section and find his parents. Well, they won those games. They kept winning and winning and winning. And those sections started coming together. And that stand started filling up. And before he knew it, his parents were sitting with his white running back's parents right next to him. And they were going to the same parties. And they were becoming close friends with the white players who before it was just, separated. Well, 13 games later, they were in the state championship. And Donnie looked up as they walked out, just like you'll walk out in a few minutes. He looked up. He saw 2 things that amazed him. One of those was the entire village of Dickinson was filling that side of Texas Memorial Stadium where the Longhorns played. Everybody from Dickinson was there. The second thing, even better, is he couldn't find his parents anymore because they were all blended together into one. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, all blended together. And that was a big turning point for Dickinson, and probably a lot of other places too. And that's when GATA was born, right there. So we all know what GATA is a lot about aggressiveness and hard work and playing hard, but it's a lot more than that. It's about playing for more than just yourself. It's about playing for your brother sitting next to you. It's about playing for your family. It's about playing for your community. Mostly, it's about playing for Dickinson, too. I'll tell you one more quick story that happened that year that also changed Dickinson. Donnie was walking out of a game, it started downpour. The whole team was running out to the bus at the old Sam Vitanza Stadium, which is across town. And there was this little line of kids waiting to congratulate them and wanted their armbands and wanted anything. So they were giving out all their stuff and it was all pretty much gone. Donnie walked up to this little kid and he was trying to get on the bus. The little kid said, "Donnie, do you have anything for me?" And he was trying to get on the bus real fast, so he just handed him a football. And that little kid was gone with that football. Well, 13 years later, that little kid set 26 NCAA records in passing and won the Heisman Trophy. And that was Andre Ware, number 9 in your field house that you walk by every day. Andre actually wanted to be here today, and he's covering a game in Mississippi tomorrow afternoon, so he couldn't be here. So he wanted me to read something to you guys. He just wrote this a couple of days ago. He said, "To the 2019 Gators, it's up to you and only you as to how this game will be remembered tonight. That's one of the things playing sports is about, the memories you create as a team. You work, you train together, you play together, and you'll be remembered together. You will remember how you prepared for this game, and certainly its outcome. As you think about going out on the field, think about how you want this to play out. Think about how you want to remember the game years from now, when you're my age. And more importantly, think about how you want to remember the way you played, and even more important, the way you contributed, and the outcome of the game. And remember the GATA tonight. Andre Ware." I know one thing's for sure, 60, 70 years from now, when you're on your deathbed, this is what you'll remember, guarantee you. It's what I remember now more than anything else. So, GATA, guys.
Thank you.